I say that you are a smart navigator. You know why I say that?
Why you say that, bro?
You chose some rhythm that you know that no matter what the song them have to play. Because guess what no. It's something for them.
Guess what? You see, that is one of the key. Not only me. You check Dennis Brown catalog are the same thing. So most of the rhythms them. Remember say you have the other man there. So that is what formula where keep you the music.
And guess what? You're absolutely right. A few years back, I have to tell you that there was a few years back there was a discussion about how Jamaican music hasn't grown. And it was a group of people that were saying this, and the reason why they were saying it is because there's so much recycles of rhythm that the older folks start to say, wait, but the young boy them not doing no work. Them not create no music.
Yeah.
Because them have to link back over rhythm them over and I renew them.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've managed to recognize is that it's also a way of preserving our reggae music and the formula that we use, and keep reminding young folks that this is the way to go about it. It's to remember where the music is coming from. Still do your thing. But remember the foundation of the music and get familiar with some of the rhythms, you know. So thank you for that, you know.
Well, it's a reminder. Is 100% correct. So it's not a matter of not creating. I just say it's about preserving, you know, preserving. Right. So yes, you can lick new rhythm all the time. You have bass, you have keyboard, you have guitarists, but preserving the music is a very important thing, you know, because we see where people are using kind of sample it all over the world too, you know, and that them love, and sometimes I just give people what them love, you know. Yes, man.
I mean, we were in a discussion earlier on about your journey and what you have learned and how you ended up here. In this great position that you're in, right? You're more humble, even though you were a humble soul, but there's more humbleness come to the table now when you learn Rastafari way and learn the liberty of Rastafari. And you know, in some cases, I must tell you that I have some form of the teachings, and I think I have both worlds. You know, that makes me such a open person that I can reason about Rastafari. And I can also reason about Jesus Christ, you know. So, yeah, man, Brian.
You know, since my journey, I have understand. Say there's this big misconception of Rastafari. A lot of people hear stuff, but when you hear stuff, different from when you know stuff. So knowing what Rastafari is about and the liberty and everything. It's nothing, me personally can tell you this, it's nothing like what you hear people say. Nothing. And in order for you to find that out, you just have to do your research and just do you. Don't listen to people, because hearsay is not a good thing. And that is one of the reasons when me did I move to Rastafari, I have a lot of Rastafarian friends. I have enough Rastafarian in my family. And I said to myself, if I'm going to make that decision, I don't want nobody tell me if you're going to do that. Me want to make it on my own.
Yes.
You understand? But as I was saying, when me buck up at the two kingdom now, you know, this is how it gonna you know. When me buck up, you know, when I start do my own research and my reading, and me buck up on Selassie, whose name is Rastafari. But when he was crowned King of Kings, he was given the title Selassie. So the same person. When me buck up on him now, I'm going to start buck up on him being King of Kings. May I say to myself, so is it two King of Kings? No. King of Kings, Lord of Lords has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with it. King of Kings is just a title given to His Majesty. But we know that there's a creator, right? And this is my own view now. So I don't know how other people view them things. But when we realize that His Majesty was crowned King of Kings and my roots are Africa, I said to myself, if me are African and me buck up a king with crowned King of Kings, it have to be my king. Because I'm African. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is how me accept Rastafari as my King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering land of the tribe of Judah. You understand? So me not.
But did you know? But let me ask you this question. I'm sorry to cut you. But did you know that in His Majesty's teachings, he mentioned Jesus Christ?
Well, me not dispute that either. I'm not going to dispute that. But me, I tell you why me accept Rastafari as my King of Kings, because I am African, I'm a black man, and me buck up on a man. Watch this. Psalms 87, seal it for me now, because Psalms 87 says, in Ethiopia this man was born there, and this man will establish Africa. Now, Psalms 87 was speaking about the Lord. Now, check this out. Garnet Silk always has said that Psalms that man, even though he was a man who always has a Psalm 87. His foundation is in the holy mountain. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion and all the dwelling of Jacob. Now, check this out. Well, check this out, you know. If Psalms 87 says, in Ethiopia this man was born there, your teaching of Jesus Christ, where was Jesus born?
Bethlehem.
There you go. There you go. So it's either Psalms 87 lie or somebody have it wrong, because it says in Ethiopia this man was born there and this man will establish Africa. Now the only person to born in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, to establish Africa is Rastafari. No other body.
Absolutely.
Right. So me not say Jesus don't exist and there's no Jesus. I'm not saying that. But me just show you how me accept.
Oh, you
Rastafari
accept. No, and I appreciate that, because you know what? A lot of people just, let me tell you something. In this world, as we know, Cruz, you're going to have a lot of people who follow. And you have people who lead. You understand? There is nothing wrong with followers, you know. Because we have some of them on the social media too.
Yes,
but that doesn't mean that because you have followed me, it means that you really believe in me. It means that you have followed me because there's something about me that you like. But any moment you don't like something, you can just jump off of the ship. Because I just follow you, don't follow me for you where I'm going.
But check this out, I'm singing melody. You see, when you can see something, like for example, when you can see the coronation of His Majesty being crowned King of Kings, and every nation across the world come to witness that coronation. Now, me can only speak of things that I see. Me never did back in the days when Jesus was existed, or if he did or not. But when me see His Majesty being crowned King of Kings, and Psalms 87 said in Ethiopia this man was born there, me not have no other choice but to accept Rastafari as my king. No, if you notice, Mr. King.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people mix up king and God and mix up the whole thing. And we don't want to do that, you know, because...
No, well, listen, a man that lean upon his own understanding, you know what that means. It means that he don't really know much.
True.
Let me explain something to you. 10 years ago, I took a trip to Jerusalem.
Where's Jerusalem?
Reason being why all the way in the what you call it now, oh my God, I have a mental block. Jerusalem, all the way like you're going towards Africa. It's somewhere there. In Europe. You go to Europe and then you take another I take a ship, go over to shit. I can't believe I have this. But anyway.
All right. We can ask you a question. That's a different question. That's a different question. Did you know that the same Mount Zion that everybody chants that they want to go? Did you know that Mount Zion is in Africa?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Babylon. The word Babylon that you don't use so much often. A lot of people thought that Babylon was a wicked thing, but Babylon is actually a holy place.
Yeah.
It's a holy place. But we turn it into something different.
Okay.
But the reason why I mentioned that, you see, is that, like I said, a man that lean up on his own understanding always will only lie with his own understanding and not realizing that there can be other ways to it. Now, the reason why I say that, I appreciate the fact how you take the time out to really study His Majesty and know why. And know why you want to be. You understand? Be his follower or his soldier or his whatever you want to call the happenings and the movements, right? Because people are going for different interpretation. I don't want to get into the religious thing too much.
And
because I don't deal with religion totally.
No, Rasta is not a religion. That's the first thing. And
it's a way of life.
Right. A lot of people.
It's a way of life. No, man, listen. Me totally understand. The reason why I ask you why the move is because I want you to explain to the fans. But I know the move because you and I spoke about it and we talked. I just want the fans to understand that this is not something that Cruz pretend to be, because you know, maybe the Lovers Rock now work for him. So, you know, Rastafari I make money now, so, you know, it's best to be Rastafari. Yeah, but a lot of those people out there who are doing that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're so right. Yeah. But remember, say, my whole, what do I call it now? My whole image was an image where the whole of Jamaica love, the whole world.
Yeah, man.
So, and I like me to have to give it up. Because
the problem with them glasses are trick. So.
That's what glasses are by you. That's what glasses are better than watch it.
No, that one I can't see through it, you know, but I can't see far. That one I know me have beautiful near sighted.
Yeah. But the whole Rastafari movement is just another level of, a higher level of your whole spirituality. And when I say spirituality, a lot of people mix up religion with spirituality, because your spirituality is when you're awakened, when you now can see things that you couldn't see before. And me, as a youth, can tell you that. Me go through that. I wasn't as conscious I was until I moved towards Rastafari.
Yeah.
Right. So me go through that motion and I can tell you that say me up on a total different level of writing, vision, spirituality, a lot of things where we used to carry along, we have to let it go. And when me start read my Bible, I start saying to myself, say, well, if God don't like dirty place, whatever you're bringing, you have to, whatever baggage you bring, you have to let it go. For example, probably your uncle never used to talk, one of your brother never used to talk, you used to stuck up in yourself, you used to cocky and bossy, and you make that decision enough to say, I'm going to let go that. I'm going to free myself, I'm going to show people love, I'm going to follow His
the way of His Majesty.
There you go. And that is what did it for me. Now His Majesty principles, when I find His Majesty, is like me find everything. I say to myself, I need this. This is me.
Yes.
It's a man with the hungry.
We can't see the light, man. We can't see the light by your face when you express it. You know?
Yeah, you know, so I say to myself, I am a person. I'm a kind person. I see people equal. I say you love to give, you love to help people. And this is what His Majesty teaching is about. And I said to myself, that is what I want to do. I want to follow that. That is what I want. So it's not what people talk about. We worship Rastafari and worship. It's nothing like that. And that is why it is good to get to know your history, your roots, and your culture. My brother, I gotta say this. I gotta say this before we even go any further. You see, sometimes you have to just stop and take a look for yourself and stop follow people, you know, Melody. And
yes,
Yeah, man, stop follow people. Just try to find out things for yourself, and then you can make your choices. And me don't make my choice. You know, there's a creator, but Rastafari, I am my king of kings, Lord of lords.
Hey, I'm with you 1,000,000%.
Yeah, my king that. Because once my king born in Ethiopia, like Psalms 87 say, adapt me a whole on to you, brother. Adapt me a whole on to you. Because it is scientifically proven that a white man cannot have black kids. So my father can't white. My king and my father are black.
Yes.
And I bet some me there. So if your father was white, me not say nothing about your father. If your father was white, I have rare and very. I hear a thing that, but me hold on to my king, and my king that.
Stick up in right there, sir. Stick up in right there, some people. Remember me telling you.
Understand that it's possible rewind or in Jamaican patois, pull up.
Let me tell you something. That brings me to this next song. Listen. Listen to that song, Cruz. Oh, people, remember me telling you, say, it's not normal today.
Yeah, man.
I have again. Tell you how much I really and truly appreciate the music that you make. Because not a lot of times, I'm not a type of artist that touch on every issues, you know. But then when it's necessary, you have people out here to do the job, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, I see Junior X touch on the topic, the first person I've seen. Then I saw Bujo comment, and it's mostly Rastas I saw touching on this topic. And I don't see any of the ballets, I will call it, touching on this topic. So it seems like it's a Rasta issue. Well, and it seems like it's a Rasta issue, and I don't like it. But I said, your title of your song, discrimination should be a crime. And I think that it should be a crime. It should be in the legislative. It should be in Congress. To discriminate against people.
Yes, man.
It should be a crime. It should be a crime.
When you mature in a life, you know, Melody, then you start realizing that you see certain things and certain things you have to just mind your own business. Leave people alone, you know? Now we live in a system that kind of dictate to us how to live. And that is one of the things where Rasta been a burnout for years, you know? And
yes,
me come to myself and say, well, you know, say, me can't look at singing melody and tell singing melody how to cut him here, how to wear him glasses. I singing melody like him make him be who he want to be. If he want to walk barefoot, and barefoot him we feel like walking. Who is you to tell a man go put on shoes, you know? Yeah. You know, who is you to tell a man, you know, certain things. We know what is right from wrong, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know, because there are certain things that are not right where are not acceptable to the Almighty. But we know, so we're not going to deal with it. You understand? But, I mean, even the Bible tells us a man cries here, make a bull. I mean, how you going to discriminate against Samson? Samson in the Bible, a lack Samson having a.
yes.
So it is also good for you to understand where the whole locks and Rastafari is coming from. I'm going to look at me and say, me a Rasta. Rastafari come from the beginning of time, but the only way you're going to realize that if you do your research.
Yes. Jesus, speak up yourself, my brother. Brother for life. From Stone Love, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So,
let me tell you something. You are truly an amazing human being. And I say this because we're on Instagram. I say it because it's real. Right? And a full-time